about grow setups. I had a poll set up so that you guys could tell me what you wanted to see for my next stream, and 69% voted for indoor grow setups and learning about indoor grow setups and all that good stuff. What do you do for it? The equipment you need, conditions you're looking for, all that good stuff. Gonna get into our typical stream here where we just kind of gather information, and then we'll look into different companies that are selling grow equipment and all that good stuff, and hopefully have a good conversation. Just getting my monitor here split up so I can have the chat on one side and me looking at shit on the internet on the other. I do not want YouTube Premium, thank you very much. Alright, fantastic. We're pretty much set up here. Give me a second. Alright, so I think I should really just start by talking about my indoor setup and what I have going on really in that closet. So, starting off with the space, I don't know how high it is. I think it's like 10, maybe 10 feet tall. Maybe not quite. That doesn't really matter to me personally because I don't have ventilation in there. But I have two fans. I have one on the bottom and one up on a shelf at the top in that closet. I have a smart humidifier and I have a heater in there, and then I have a bunch of plants that are going to be going outside, my fruits, vegetables, all that good stuff, and then I have my cannabis plants, which I have my seedlings that are going to be going outside once I get a greenhouse, and hopefully I can get that relatively soon, like within the next couple of weeks, and then I have my 6 indoor plants. I have 6. I have my cookies and cream, White Widow, number 1 and 2, Purple Ferrari, wow, I must be more tired than I think. I have other plants in there too, but I can't remember them right this second. But yeah, I don't have like a inline fan or anything like that. Indoor growing setup. So what are you going to need? What are you going to be looking for? What's going to help you get to where you need to go? That's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. What the fuck? I don't need my calculator open. Everything is going haywire right now. So when you type in indoor cannabis growing setup, a lot of stuff comes up for tent kits and stuff like that. So you buy this kit, you set it up, and it has everything you need, which is pretty convenient. I don't want to go with anything that looks super like cheaply made or anything like that, or that I'm not super like Topo Grow LED grow tent complete kit LED 300. Like, they put LED in here so many fucking times that it's just marketing to get the keywords, to get to the front page, to just sell a product, basically. And by the way, I hope you guys are enjoying the new microphone. The audio, I've noticed, has been a lot better. If you guys have any like adjustment tweaks or anything like that, definitely let me know. I'm not getting any like live feedback or anything for that, so if the audio is off on your guys' side, I'm very sorry. But where do you guys want to start? We could go and just look at grow lights, but I think we should look at grow spaces first. We could look at grow tents. For cannabis this. There we go. So if you type in grow tents for cannabis, the first thing that comes up is Mars Hydro grow tents, which is a very good brand from what I hear. I've never used them. We got AC Infinity, Vivo Sun, Mars Hydro. So if you want to actually find the good quality stuff, you actually have to look up grow tents for cannabis, grow lights for, just look up for cannabis, and then you'll get like the good stuff, it seems here. But we have a 5x5 tent, a 4x8, 3x3, and this one doesn't specify. But I think we're going to go by the 5x5 just because that's a little bit universal. That's something that a lot of people will probably start out in, is a 5x5 tent if they're not trying to get too crazy into it and they just want to grow a couple of plants to start out with, just so they have a little bit of something. We got, what does that say? Double Oxford cloth and condensation buckles. This text is very pixelated. 1680D material, which, if that means anything to you guys, let me know. How's it going, AB? Glad to see you made it into the stream. We're talking about indoor grow setups, because that's what people wanted to talk about. And honestly, this is the one that I was hoping people would want to talk about too, because I love growing indoors. I think it has a lot of pros when you get into growing indoors, because you have a controlled environment, you have a sealed environment, you can grow year-round, which is huge. You can control the sun, essentially, because you're controlling the light in there, which means if you have something going wrong with your veg plants, you can wait that extra time before you put it into the flower stage to get rid of those issues. I honestly think that if you're going to grow for the first time ever, maybe you should start on the outdoor season. But if you want to, I went over, I think it was in one of the streams, or in a video? I can't remember. But basically I talked about how you are going to get a lot more success and a lot more return on investment if you grow indoors. Just because you can set up that residual harvest type thing and just grow inside and have a little risk to your plants. And if you have a multiple tent setup, that multiplies it. So as you collect these tents, I mean, this one's only $170, which seems like it is expensive for some people, especially when you consider that this is just the tent and it's not in a ventilation system. It's not multiple fans. It's not the trellis nets. It's not a heater. It's not a humidifier. But if you're just investing in growing, this would be a good investment. So if we go to product overview for this 5x5 Mars Hydro tent that we're looking to, and it has a 4.5 star rating on 5 reviews. The Mars Hydro grow tents are the first LED engineered grow tent specifically for growing with Mars Hydro products, which of course they're specifically for growing with Mars Hydro products. Quality comes first, featuring double thick mylar with 99% efficient reflective surface, which that's pretty high. How's your White Widow coming? All the plants are going really well. I did have one White Widow die. I used to have 3, but my White Widows are doing really well. I did post one on X that had a nutrient problem, and I've been keeping an eye on that, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. But I am feeding them like just water for this like little round, just to see if a little bit of that goes away, because it could be a toxicity. I'm not 100% sure. But no, they're doing really good, especially since in my last stream We were talking a little bit, and someone said we were having a debate. Well, not really a debate, but we were having a discussion about whether I was facing light stress or heat stress, because I thought I was facing heat stress. So I got that garden down to like 70 degrees, and it was chilling out at 70, below 75, above 68. And all of my plants were kind of drooping around, but they were still showing the curling of the leaves. And I'm like, this is weird. And someone said, hey, it's probably not heat stress. You're probably dealing with light stress. And ever since I dialed down my light and I turned my heat up, everything's been running super smooth. You can see the pictures on X. Those are the most recent ones are after I actually made those changes. So the plants are actually doing all really well. My favorite one, again, cherry cookies. A close second, I think, is the cookies and cream, if I'm thinking of the right plant. But I know what plant I'm thinking of. Gosh darn it. Indeed. How are your plants coming along, AB? Do you got anything running right now? The tents collect and reflect. Wow. Jesus Christ. Any light emitted outside of the tent or outside of the canopy footprint and delivers it directly back to the plant. So basically, it shoots out and it makes that map, but it also shoots it back in, which is good. But white walls, they will reflect your light really well also, and you don't need like the tinfoil reflective material. These tents are designed to reflect the spectrum provided by the LED grow lights. The special surface is easily outperforms any other grow tents available. These tents are quick, simple, and practical solutions to creating a controlled horticultural environment. They are easy to assemble and come with all the useful features you would expect. Brand new in box, 3-year factory warranty, fast shipping from California or New Jersey, CA or NJ. Those are California and New Jersey, right? Yeah, we was talking about mine's last stream, but my widow is getting there. I just started some LST. That's awesome, man. The White Widow responds really well to LST, but in my experience, it does not need it. If this is your first time growing a White Widow, I would say just let it grow and see how it goes. But if you've already been doing LST, hey man, that's also fantastic. You'll get a lot out of that plant. Probably more than you expect, and you could be overwhelmed. So, like, cheers, but also proceed with caution. Customers also purchase. We'll probably look at that later. We got features down here. Ultra reflective diamond mylar, non-toxic to the environment and harmless to plants, provides superior light reflection and dispersal. High quality 1680D ballistic nylon, double stitched 1680D nylon provides perfect light locking. So that's going to avoid the light leaks. Metal framing, including poles, fixtures, branches, and corners, supporting up to 140 pounds. So that's going to be all your ventilation, your fans, your light, all of that stuff is going to be held up. And 140 pounds, you would probably have a lot of trouble getting to that. Even if you used it as a drying closet or a drying tent, I feel like 140 pounds, you would have a hard time getting there. Removable waterproof floor tray. The tray can be easily removed for cleaning. That's pretty cool. Good ventilation. I just started. It's really short. I thought the leaves should touch the medium. Okay, so for the leaves touching the medium while they're still attached to the plant, I'm very wary about that. I try not to let the leaves touch the actual medium itself, and that's just because if a bug does end up on your medium, it's going to be very easy for it to travel up the leaf and get to where it wants to go. If you waited until it was a little bit taller, I'm not sure how tall your plant is, but if you wait until it's like 7 inches tall and you start bending it from a certain point where it's not going to touch the soil, or if you take those leaves that are touching the soil off. That's normally what I've been doing. Again, it could just be me being a total jackass and it doesn't actually affect anything, but I normally try to not let my leaves touch the medium. And that could just be like a not like a superstitious thing, but like it's like 4.5. Yeah, so I would just, if you're at 4.5, I would twist the stem still, get yourself a really strong foundation without actually bending it over. You will get more tops if you bend it over, but personally, I wouldn't start bending it over quite yet. I would wait for it to get a little bit taller. Personally, you can do whatever you want. It's your plan, man. You're probably not going to harm anything. I'm probably overanalyzing it, but I'm just telling you what I would do. Good ventilation, circular double sleeve vent holes with an adjustable nylon strap for air circulation. By exhaust fan, ducting, carbon filter or reflector, fast assembly, tool bag for convenient storage. So it comes with a tool bag, so that's pretty cool. I thought the same too. Specifications, warranty, customer reviews. Should we give the customer reviews a shot, or do you guys want to move on to the next thing? Okay, so all the reviews, it looks like it's just like a single sentence talking about how it's like fine and came quickly and was easy to build, and then there's one that's like, I have not received the item yet. I just submitted an email a few days ago inquiring about where it could be. I hope someone can help me with that. So there's that. That's really cool, man. A free 2x2 tent kit from AC Infinity. That's a big win. 2x2 isn't a very big space to grow in, but you can grow a lot in it, if that makes any sense. Because if you fill out an entire 2x2 space, you can grow a decent amount of bud. You think you're going to try some photo? I say do it, man. Photo, in my opinion, is so much... seems on paper, it seems so much easier. And by the way, if you guys are getting value out of this, leave a like. I appreciate the likes I'm already seeing. I'm happy to see you guys made it to the live stream and stuff. I'm very glad to have you with you. Customers also purchase. So we're on, for you guys who are just hopping in, we are on Mars Hydro 5x5 tent. And we were just reading some of the stuff under that, the specifications and whatnot, and all the cool features. Customers also purchased the Mars Hydro 4x8 tent, which would be really cool. My widow is in a Vivo Sun 2x2 as well. I hope it grows really good in your really well in your Vivo Sun 2x2. Are you planning on filling out the whole 2x2? I guess you don't really have a choice with an auto, but when you switch to photo, are you going to do like a trellis or anything? We got the Mars Hydro 4x8 tent. We have the Mars Hydro TSL 2000 LED grow light, which is $239. And holy shit, wait a second. So this 5x5 is $170. And this 4x8 tent is only $210. So if you guys are looking for a bigger space and you can afford the extra like electricity to run it, I would go with the bigger tent personally. But again, that's just me. I don't really know what I'm talking about. And the third item we have is the Mars Hydro TS 3000 LED grow light, which is $340, and the 2000 is $240. Yeah, I'm gonna try Strogan. Definitely recommend it. T-Flow, what's going on, man? Good to see you make it to the chat. What's up, 420 Express? Not a whole lot, man. I just had some coffee. Fiance's not feeling super well, so I was hanging out with her for a little bit. Hung out Made it to stream a little late, but well, a little later than I wanted to. I can stream any fucking time I want. But no, it's good to see you guys. I'm glad you were able to make it. We should probably hang out on Mars Hydro for a little bit. They got generators, wooden pellet stoves, power equipment, mobility scooters. Wait, we're on Factory Pure right now. So we're not actually on Mars Hydro's website. Unless, do they just get sold through Factory Pure? I've never shopped for Mars Hydro. I'm gonna assume there was something else with that. There had to be, right? Yeah, no, so they just sell all kinds of shit. So we're gonna actually go back. Let's check out. What do we want to see? Grow lights? God, I fucking suck at typing tonight. Holy shit. I don't want to stick to just what I know. Here, we'll just go to Amazon.com and see what they have for grow lights. Bumping the mic a little bit right there. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not seeing anything super familiar. We got the Bestva using a Mars Hydro FC 3000 on a one plant Scrog Grow 3x3 running greenhouse Volgas? She's huge. What the fuck is a Folga? Is that something I should know? And also, what plant are you running? Full gas. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to look at, like, Amazon is just showing a whole bunch of nonsense. So we're going to go Mars Hydro Grow Equipment. And I also know there's like a whole bunch of math for the ventilation. We're going to get into that just to make sure we're all getting our ventilation math correct, making sure we're getting all the old air out and all the new air we need back in and all that good stuff, and like best airflow and all that good stuff. How to gauge it would probably be good. Probably looking at some specs for lights once we get into those. So we got the Mars Hydro TS 1000. You mentioned the FC 3000. Just picked up the new Phantom Photo Bio MX2 for my 4x4 using to replace Mars FCE 6500. Photo Bio MX2. I've never heard of that. Phantom Photo Bio MX. I've never heard of Phantom Bio before. Is it the LED 680? Or is it a different wattage for that? Bro, hop off my dick. What the hell? Okay. So I'm on that now, and it looks like a really good light. Photo Bio MX2 LED 680 watt 10 or 100 to 277 volt S4 W iLock 10 inch 110 to 120 watt V cord next generation. $1,000 US. What the? Well, $99.50, but Jesus Christ, that's a expensive light. You dropped fucking a wallet on this thing. Dropped an entire rack on a grow light. For reference, I mean, I have two SF2000s, and those are only what, 200? They probably went up a little bit. But let's see. Item specifications: condition, new, brand new, blah blah blah. Original packaging. Wattage 680. Dimming settings 25, 75, 100. Suitable for flowering and vegetative growth. Full spectrum, indoor, LED, 5-year warranty, no assembly required, 50,000 hour lifespan, should have way better light penetration versus my FCE 6500. I mean, I would say so, man. It seems like you went all out to get this thing. You said you were growing in a fucking 3x3, or no, you're 4x4. Glad this is working out for you, man. It was $850 at my local grow spot. Well, I'm glad they're helping you out, because it looks like on eBay they're fucking charging a premium. So I'm glad you were able to get it for about $150 cheaper. No, it seems like a pretty good light though. It doesn't say like what it's rated for or recommended space, unless I'm just not reading enough, which is very possible. The light changes everything. Again, the best-selling Photo Bio MX fixture evolves with higher output and better efficiencies while still developing the same great receipt many growers have come to love. We care about all of your crops. We know nothing will stop you from focusing on the goal and trying to do better. Photo Bio has similar beliefs to always try to raise the bar and be better. The result is a 1870 some stuff par fixture that consumes the same power as the original MX while delivering enhanced efficiency at 2.8 UMOL over J, which I've never seen that equation before. Photo offers 10% the photon output, 10% more efficiency, and 47% weight reduction compared to the original model. The wide light bars deliver the uniformity and the intensity that professional growers desire, increase yields while diving down operational costs with Photo Bio MX. Okay, this little window scrolls down. I hate it when it does that, man. Everything you loved about the Photo Bio MX inherited into the MX2. IP65 rating for dust and water protection, which I don't know what that means, but if you do know what that means, just let me know. Is IP65 good? I don't know the rating system. 5-year warranty backed by Hydro Farm Team. Fantastic. How's it going, Nimbus? Glad to see you. I have the Phantom Bio as well. I really like it, especially for the price. I mean, if it's worth the price, fuck it up, I guess, but I'm not out here able to drop $800 on a grow light. I'm doing pretty good, man. I got off a little bit early from work, but then I had to come home and just kind of hang out and not do too much, kind of support the lady. She's not feeling super well, but everything is looking, hopefully she'll be fine. Hopefully it seems like she's dealing with a little bit of like food sickness, fucking food poisoning. That's what I was trying to think of. Well, Apogee meters are $500 and photobios are around $150. Thank you, man. Apogee meters are $500 and photobios are around $150. What photobio do you have? Because this one's the this photobio is the MX2 680 watt. Slim design maximizes vertical growing space. Robust commercial design keeps LEDs running cool. Includes photo lock DC signal cable. Dr. Bruce Bugby runs a company. They make the best. All right. I've never heard of Apogee. I've listened to a little bit of Dr. Bruce Bugby talk about his stuff and talk about his things, and I've actually done some videos about things he's talked about before that have made sense to me. I'll have to actually look into that company and see if maybe they would be willing to work with a small influencer. But I don't know. I have to look into their products. He's so smart. Yeah, he is. He's really good at what he does, and he's really knowledgeable about what he does. I really adore Dr. Bruce Bugby. We are a Dr. Bruce Bugby team around here. You used to have that same green shirt. Did you have the, was it the Falls Creek? Rocking that Meyer brand clothing? Because that's what I do, and I'm probably going to run Falls Creek pretty much for the rest of my life, because why spend more than $10 on a t-shirt in today's economy? Also, for Dr. Bruce Bugby, let's leave a like down on this stream to honor the man, the myth, the legend. Niowa's goal is to reduce stress and enhance your garden's performance while maintaining a stable growing environment. Their powerful software enables growers to automate their setups in a very simple way. Just assign your existing devices, such as lamps, fans, humidifiers, dehumidifiers, all that good old stuff, water pumps, CO2 devices, and heaters to the designated outlet with the Niowa Grow Hub Plus. Get connected and begin your journey to automating your garden. That's pretty interesting. Customizable grow recipes. We got to be on something else. No, we're on the same thing. Just harvested, now drying. I got my new tent set up, delivered today. I got the Vivo Sun 48 69 by 72 tent. I'm glad to hear it, man. I'm glad you have a drying tent. I'm glad to hear you harvested. What'd you harvest, man? So that was a little bit on the PhotoBio MX2 LED light, 680 watt. As far as lighting, I'm going to be using the HLG Blackbird Nextron. That sounds pretty interesting. HLG Blackbird. The Raspberry Ripples, I've sent them in the DMs a few times. Yep, I remember. I remember. I'm glad you harvested those, man. They looked really great. Glad to hear it. That's an interesting shaped light. Holy shit. It looks like it's got... It looks like, God, it looks like a changing table or something. Another fucking heavy hitter. $700. Six quantum boards. Yeah, no, it seems pretty cool. Hydrobuilder.com is what's selling this. HLG actually invented the quantum board. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. I see they have a light chart here, and it's pretty heavy on the reds. We got a 1.0 on the reds with the relative intensity. So we got a 1 for that. And then the wavelength, we got all that down here. It's pretty heavy on the blues and the reds. It's got good yellow and green in here. Based out of Tennessee as well. I was just in Tennessee, actually. Maybe I should have went to their headquarters. It seems like that would be a pretty cool place to go. But the Horticulture Lighting Group HLG Blackbird LED Grow Light. That's a killer setup. Are you running 2 lights in your new Vivo tent? That's a good question. Suitable for grow tents for full and flower cycles. So I assume they meant veg. Highest efficiency full spectrum grow lamp. Holy shit. Full spectrum white and deep red. Reliable passive cooled design. Better canopy lighting penetrating with diffused light. Dimming power supply included. Auto sensing power supply works on 120 vac, 240 vac, and 277 vac 3-year warranty, which is a pretty good warranty. The Scorpion Diablo is the most expensive light in their catalog. Alright, so specifications. LED Samsung LM301H and deep red 660 nm. PPF 1465 amps, 5 amp for the 120 and 2.5 for the 240. Power 2.7 or 2.57. Voltage range 120 to 277, 50 to 60 hertz. Power 100 to 600 watts. Footprint 4x4 for bloom, 6x6 for veg. Mount height 20 to 24 inch for bloom and 30 for veg. Man, you could probably get that 4x8 Mars Hydro tent. Those diodes are nicest diodes for the white on the market, from what I understand. Deep reds and beasting, Jesus, as well. I don't know why I'm having trouble reading. Other than the fact that I always have trouble reading. Max ambient temp, 40 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Passive cooled design, dimmable. So it'll be manual or 0 to 10 volts option. Dimensions 26 inches by 26.75 inches by 26.75 inches. This is definitely a brand I will look into for sure. We got AC Infinity under here. We got the Ion Frame EV O10 1000 watt LED grow light with Samsung LM301H EVO diodes. Bong load of garlic runts. Let us know how that rip goes, man. Let us know how it goes. Cheersing for you. I might actually go and get my jealous runts or my mystery dab and take a dab on stream. Is that something you guys would want to see? By the way, I still don't know how I want to celebrate 2,000 subscribers. We hit it, and now we're at 2,024. Thank you guys so much for your support. I never really thought I would get here, especially not this fast. Like, the growth in the past, week was absolutely insane. I hit a bubble and just absolutely went up, and I was not expecting to hit 2,000 this fast at this point. I am debating whether I want to do the giant bong rip or if I want to do 100 milligram edible, but I don't think I'm going to try to do the 1 gram dab again. If you guys want to see me do a dab to celebrate, I will, but I don't want to do a 1 gram. I don't want to try that again. All these LEDs are nice these days. Yeah, that's fucking true. It seems like it's hard to go wrong unless you buy like a $40 light from a non-reputable company. 2K subs, leave a like for 2K subs for sure. Definitely leave a like for 2K subs, man. I appreciate the shit out of you guys. Because without you guys, I'm just a regular guy working at a hot dog factory who doesn't have anything else going on. I would say I'd have growing still, but like I probably would still be growing. Congrats, man. Keep it up. I definitely don't plan on slowing down. I can tell you that much. When I started this journey, I started documenting it and actually doing it at the same time, and there was no separation. And my fiance actually came to me and she was like, "Listen, how long are you going to be doing this before you give it up? Before it even really started?" And I was like, "Well, I'm going to be doing it at the same time. So like as long as I'm going to be growing, I'm going to be documenting it because I've been doing content creation for almost 10 years now. And it's just something I'm interested in, and it's a part of my life at this point. So I cannot thank her enough for her support throughout the past couple of years too. Like I see the vision and all that good stuff, and I see where it's headed, and I also see that I missed my spot when it came to what I was going to look up next. Let's check out Apogee, if I'm even saying that right. Honestly, yeah, when I get like editing software on my laptop and I get like multiple cameras and I get all that good stuff, things are gonna really look up. I mean, I've been bringing quality up a little bit on my videos a little bit at a time, and I think within the next year I should be putting out some really high quality stuff and like a lot better, a lot easier to watch, a little bit more fun to watch, and actually understand what's going on. I have a Filmora for a long time. I kind of gave up on content creation after I stopped working at the glass shop. That's absolutely fair. People quit content creation for all sorts of reasons. I used to do videos about headlines, or headies and bongs and shit. That's pretty cool, man. I actually have a cousin that blows glass, and I should actually try to get a hold of one of his bongs that he made. But I have not yet at this point. Mars Hydro. I'm looking up Apogee and nothing's coming up when it comes to I'll probably have to look that up off stream. Nothing is actually coming up for that. So let's actually go into how to set up ventilation for a grow room. Apogee par meter. I'll give it a shot. Not that I can drop money on a par meter right now. Oh, here we go. So does he just do par meters? Quantum par sensor meters. Products. Weighing precipitation gauge. Quantum par meters. Infrared radiometers. Wow, this is a lot of shit that's just above my pay grade. Yeah, from what I understand, he makes the best par meter. All right, man. Humidity probes, temperature sensors, radiation frost detector, oxygen sensors, UV sensors, chlorophyll concentration, biometric pressure, par meters for aquariums. All right, I'm just going to drop this link in the chat if you guys want to check out this site. I guess it goes over the allowed character limit, so I'll just type that out right there. That is the link to the website. There's this really knowledgeable channel called LED Grow Pot. The stats of all the grow lights on the market and just compare them. Do any of you guys run CO2 in your grow space? No, but I should. I don't run CO2 right now. I do have a lot of CO2 in the house. I got the sugar gliders right here, which is in the same room as my grow room. I've got my fiance, my baby, me, and my dog living here. We got a lot of CO2, but I don't know if enough of that CO2 is making it into the grow room. I mean, my plants are growing and they look happy and stuff, but I'm not sure about the whole ppm and everything. So no, I should, because I don't have any ventilation in there. But if I had ventilation in there, I definitely wouldn't. Nimbus, are you running CO2? Are you supplementing with CO2, or are you running a ventilation system? Not currently. I was going to try this locally made mushroom compost grow that claims to produce more CO2 than pKa. Alright, so let's see if we can see an article on how to actually set up ventilation for a grow room. Are you running any CO2, T-Flow? I think the ppm for CO2, like the optimal, like don't go above it, is 1500 if I remember correctly. Because then if you're going over that, you're wasting CO2 and also making it dangerous for humans to be in for long periods of time. Grow Room Ventilation 101 from epicgardening.com is where we're going to be reading this article from. But actually, I want to get high. So sit tight. I'm going to go get my dab equipment. I'm going to take a dab on stream because that shit sounds pretty good, and I could use being high right now. So I'll be back. I forgot the torch. That's a very important part, but I'm going to put all this shit down real quick before I run back out there. Alright, I'm back. Oh shit. There goes my ring light. Be a streamer, they said. It'd be fun, they said. Alright. Here we go. Oh, thanks for the, what do we got? A super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Nimbus. I really appreciate it. So, a little bit about this torch, because I really fucking like it. It's a special blue torch, and this is the logo on it, but it's a dual torch, so it's got two flames that come off of it. It's super fucking neat. Let we go. It's a great way to kill some time on YouTube. Not currently. I was gonna. Yes, sir. We'll take a rip with ya. Blaze it up. I might have to take a dab as well. So, if first super chat on a live stream, and I also went on Amazon and I got these stickers made. You can't really see it because of the shining. Here, I'll turn this off. I got my logo on some stickers, man. So I bought a big string of stickers, and I actually put one on my torch, and I really like it. The special blues do work pretty decent. I used to sell those special blues. Hell yeah, man. I love it. I give it a 10 out of 10. But they crap out. I don't mind, man. It'll crap out eventually on me. This is some jealous runts that I got. Oh, fuck. Spilled some on my computer. Hey, man. I'm sacrificing to the weed gods. I actually picked up from Hiker's Cannabis, which, if you guys watched the 1,000 subscriber celebration video, I smoked, I can't remember what strain, but they gave me a free dab to smoke for that. So we're going to heat this puppy up. I'm not going to go and do a cold start. They all do. Those last longer, though, than most of the ones at that price point. Yeah, I can't remember how much I even spent on it, but it's been treating me well for a long time. Actually, I think before we even... I can't remember if it was before I moved into this house or not, but no, it's been treating me well. I really like it. Let's get this puppy heated up real quick. It does not take super long. I've been experimenting with different timing for this, but cheers. Wow, you guys didn't see a whole lot of that, but I promise there is a decent amount of smoke right now. Smoking on some Moose Tracks tonight? What fucking terpene profile is that? Because if it's similar to the Moose Tracks ice cream, dude, I gotta get me a hold on that. And I almost just lit my fucking mic on fire. All right, that was better. So, minus the actual rig, my aunt gave me this. Yeah, the only reason I use this is because my aunt gave me this. I would not have bought this. But since she gave it to me, I like it. That's the only reason. It's a really fun piece to take dabs out of, though. You can take this part off and just have this, and then you can take this off, and then it's just this assembly. And I wonder if you could buy more pieces. I'm sure you could, but I haven't seen a lot of Rogue mouthpieces. Or, yeah, mouthpieces like that. So that was some Jealous Runts, which is a really nice one if you want to get really motivated. I actually cleaned my entire living room after taking a fat dab of some Jealous Runts, and we also ended up cleaning the kitchen today, and it was a really good time. And I actually feel like I woke up after an episode of Hoarders where the room is just like clean and there's not a pile of shit everywhere. Not that our house was like especially messy, but there were some spots that were getting pretty bad, and it's good to see that they're clear now and everything is good and all the trash is thrown away and all that good stuff. Indoor growers enjoy an endless growing season, complete control over growing conditions, and the evidence or the confidence of growing inside. This all sounds great, but too often we forget about the grow room ventilation. Moose Tracks is very decent. I don't know what the cross is from its company. Tales and Travels here from Illinois. Am I getting that word right? Yeah. Company Tales and Travels here from Illinois. I mean, interesting. I was just wondering what it tastes like. If you're asking yourself questions like why do grow rooms need ventilation, how to vent a grow room, how to know what kind of fan to buy, don't panic because we wrote that in an article. So why do you need to ventilate your grow room? Important question to answer. Plants grown outdoors enjoy the migrative effects of a light breeze, sunshine, evaporation, and precipitation. Indoors, we substitute fans for breeze and evaporation, light or grow lights for sunshine, and watering systems for precipitation. What we often forget about is that the outdoor air circulates more than the indoor room. Which, yes, it does, because the outside is fucking everything. It's like earthy with undertones of runts instead of being runts forward. That sounds like something I might need to get my hands on. The more I was actually reflecting on it recently, I do actually tend to teeter towards things that are earthy, and I mistake that the dank earthiness a little bit for gassiness in my past for certain strains. I can't remember off the top of my head any right now, but White Widow is a little bit earthy. And there are a few others that I talked about I said were gassy, and they're actually a little bit more earthy, but that's whatever, man. It's all good. It's all good weed. I like that leathery, earthy. I'm not a huge on woody strains as much. That's fair. I'm a pretty big fan of like floral, fruity. I like your gases and your earths. I really like a lot of stuff. I tend to stay away from like something that's very like, it's very apparent that it's gassy. I like the gassy undertones more. I don't know, man. I just like fruit. I like fruity. Always a good sign. I like tropical. And I like floral. Those are normally my top ones. And then I also like lemon, sour chem, and gas. Yep. And my all-time favorite is actually like desserty, creamy, vanilla-y, like I got off that one wedding cake pheno. I think that's like the best pheno. And as much as I love like Pink Tsunami, I think I'm going to have to give it to that one pheno of wedding cake. And that's the very reason I'm going to have to like pheno hunt Canucks wedding cake, and that's going to be like a future project. And money you donate to the channel, hey, that's going to be going to that. So all you members, you Nimbus and Fufu and all those guys, and then everyone giving super thanks and super chats, all you guys are going to be funding a lot of really cool projects. And I'm going to document all of it because I love showing you guys what I do. Melted strawberries. That sounds really good. I had this pheno that was so graham cracker flavor. The other was beautiful strawberry gas. The graham cracker flavor sounds really interesting. I really liked. I hit a vape of Bubba Kush, and I don't know if that strain is only good in extract form, but it tasted just like bubblegum, and I kind of geeked out about it. It was really cool. Just grew some strawberry gelati freebie from Sin City. That sounds pretty interesting. I've been seeing a lot of the gelato strains, and I don't know if gelato is just hype or not, but I don't hear a lot about it. I just see it everywhere. So I guess it's not hype and it's just popular? Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Gelato is dope. Remove excess heat. Grow lights emit heat. It might not seem like much to you, but a few degrees in temperature can mean the difference between a successful crop and a less successful one. And with LEDs, that's actually a big pro, is that they don't emit as much heat, and it doesn't go as far, because a lot more of that energy is actually going towards the lighting rather than heating. I love that strawberry flavonoid. I do too. You can really burn it all day and have a nice stone too. Yeah, it's a very mellow thing when you get a strawberry and that kind of fruit, like a super sweet fruit rather than a flavorful fruit, if that makes any sense. Certain grow lights emit more heat than others, but produce enough heat to merit ventilation. God damn, I've never seen that word written. Not even once. That is not how I would have imagined that word written. Fucking M-E... What do we have here? M-E-R-I-T. Merit. Who would have thunk? Control humidity. Humidity is another factor that can contribute to the problems with indoor growing systems. And with my setup, I actually have my fan, my oscillating fan, set right behind my humidifier. So that way my plants aren't getting hit with direct wind as much, to keep that wind stress down in such a small space, while at the same time pushing that moisture in the air around so it's not concentrated in one space in my wall or on one of my plants. They really don't get nearly as hot as HPS. No, they don't. Some do run a little hotter than others, but most have a very well built metal heat sinks. Just finished some Scrub Diddly Umptious. It's like a cool breeze. I do that too. I love it. Scrub Diddly Umptious. I had one pheno with strawberry Starburst herbs. Well, I guess I'm going to have to give it a shot, man. I didn't want to have to document a grow of Scrumdiddlyumptious and say its name a million times, but I don't think I'm going to call it Scrumdiddlyumptious all the time. I might come up with a different nickname for it, even though we'll all know what it is. Gosh darn it. And then you guys will explain to the new people in the comments. Controlling humidity. So humidity is another factor that can contribute to problems with indoor growing systems. Plants emit water vapor throughout the day, which increases the humidity of your grow room. Uncontrolled humidity leads to poor growing conditions and can result in the development of pests and disease. Scrum. I might just throw on the diddly on the end of that, Scrum Diddly, because diddly is fun to say. But Scrum isn't a bad nickname either. Air circulation helps prevent pests and disease. Mold, powdery mildew, spider mites, and fungus gnats prefer stagnant, humid conditions. Pests lay their eggs in damp soil, so having a fan to keep the surface layer dry can slow their reproductive cycle, and steady breeze makes it harder for them to establish themselves on your plants in the first place. And I kind of went over that in my last video where I talk about how to avoid pests in your garden. Air circulation was in there, and pretty much for this reason, other than I didn't mention the soil getting dry, but that's pretty interesting. Control your CO2 and push it around and make it even. Get fresh air in your garden. Plants need outside air for one basic reason, CO2. The plants absorb CO2 throughout the day as a part of their nutrient cycle. If your grow tent setup is sealed, this means the level of CO2 in the room gradually decreases. Limiting your plant's growth, ventilation brings fresh air and fresh CO2 inside and removes the old air from your grow room, boosting growth and yields, which is exactly why if you do use a substitute for CO2, either you have a tank in there or you have a fungus bag or something of the sort, or you just are some kind of psychotic Russian scientist and you have an animal in there coexisting with the plant and making it its own ecosystem, well, you should probably get some ventilation in your stuff. The other phenos were cookie leaning. I would not complain about that either. How many phenos did you have total? Like, what kind of ratio are we looking at? Is it like 1 out of 7 or 1 out of like 15, or did you like go crazy and pop 100? Like, what kind of numbers are we looking at, man? Because when I grew that wedding cake, the only thing that makes it nervous is it was like the third wedding cake I ever grew. So, like, I either have a 1 in 3 chance, or there's, like, 40 phenos I don't know of, and, like, 5 of them are more popular than that one, or more, the odds are higher on getting that one. Manage wind stress. Outdoor plants are consistently buffeted. Jesus. By the wind. This makes the stems of the plant stronger, which serves them well which serves them well when the time comes to bear fruit. Stronger plants produce and grow better than weaker plants, which can break under the weight of their own yields, which this paragraph I've talked about in probably like 15 different videos. Like, this is super important when it comes to your wind. Not as important as maybe just keeping your plant healthy by keeping the pests away and the humidity regulated and all that stuff. But when it actually comes to like the growing cannabis part, you're going to have the strong plant that's going to get the high yields and hold up the most fruit and not break under its own weight. And also tying it to stuff to support it is also great, which is why trellis nets work so well. So 4 total phenos popped the whole pack, which was 7 beans. So you popped 7, and 4 of them were exactly the same thing. Yeah, we're looking at cookies for that one, man. Which, again, I'm not complaining about. I'll pick up some scrumdiddlyumptious if it means I'm getting some cookie stuff. But I also have cherry cookies in there. And then I got some other cookie stuff that I have on my list. So maybe next year. Maybe next year. It can be unsafe to inhale high ppm of CO2. Be safe whenever using any supplementary, especially systems. Always monitor your CO2, preferably with a smart controller. Designed for it. Yeah, those are very good points. You always got to keep your grow room safe and monitor how much CO2 you actually have in there. So actually having a ppm meter hung up in your room wouldn't be a bad idea either, that you could just kind of turn on and get a calculation for and all that good stuff. And I really hope the sugar gliders aren't being too noisy, too bothersome for you guys. I try to get in here and be real quick, but sometimes they get really mad that I'm here and sometimes they're just super active. So I hope you're okay with those guys chilling out. Reduces chances of diseases like mold and powdery mildew from developing. Helps protect your plants from pests, spider mites, fungus gnats. Helps control your temperature, humidity, all that good stuff. they still don't convince you of needing a ventilation system, then consider the cost. A grow tent setup is not cheap. If you are going to invest in a grow tent setup or grow room, you might as well do it the right way. Place oscillating fans in your grow room. As you learn how to vent your grow room, keep in mind that your grow room ventilation setup needs 2 types of fans: air extractor fan systems and oscillating fans, which I do not have a fan extract system, but I do have an oscillating fan on the floor of my room, and I bet you if I took that towel out, I could probably achieve decent humidity in that room while having better air circulation, while having better ventilation to that room, because then air would be getting blown. But at the same time, maybe it would just blow out of the bottom of the door, just everything that's trying to make its way in. I don't know. Again, my plants are growing, and they're growing all right. They might be growing a little slower than I would normally see, which could possibly be the CO2 ppm, but hey man, they're healthy, which is better than a lot of people are doing, and better than I was doing last week, let me tell you. We will get to the air extractor fan system later. For now, let's focus on oscillating fans. These fans are both cheap and effective, which are 2 of my favorite qualities in any system. They blow air consistently above, under, and around your plants, helping to keep the grow room cool and improve air circulation. I always see people on Facebook Marketplace selling these big tents with small inline fans. You can see why they gave up the tent. You definitely need the right size fan for your tent. Yes, you need to do the math. I don't know what the math is off the top of my head, but basically the idea, so you guys can look this up, is you multiply the height, width, and length of your grow tent and multiply that and get the square footage of the area inside. And then you have to find a fan that is big enough to extract all of that in a certain amount of time, to replace all of the air that was in there, and have that run every 2 minutes to replace the air inside your grow tent. I'm pretty sure it's every 2 minutes. Most quality tents have a suggested fan somewhere in their specs as well. And yeah, and also a lot of places sell grow kits, and I highly doubt that Spider Farmer, which you can find in the links below in my videos. I really should just put the description on my live streams, but if you go to one of my videos right now and you go down in the link in the description below, you can go to Spider Farmer. They have grow kits. They have grow kits all set up, and I highly doubt they would give you the wrong inline fan for that grow kit. I 100% bet with everything that they would give you the right stuff. So you don't even have to think about it. You just have to figure out how to run your equipment. Like, it's getting really easy now to get this stuff set up, and I'm still growing in a closet in a shitty grow, but that's just because I'm broke. It'll be okay. Most quality tents have a suggested fan somewhere in the specs as well. Already read that message. I thought another one popped up. How's it going, y'all? Growing me. How's it going, man? It's good to see you. I'm a dab in, so it's going to be hard to read shit. But other than that, man, I'm doing great. It's good to see you. Spider Farmer 100% gives you quality inline fan to tent ratio. Well, there you go. You can hear it from Nimbus, too. Whew. Oscillating fans are so easy to set up and move around, which means you can easily experiment with placement to make sure you find the optimum location for your fans. You want your oscillating fans to reach all the areas in the grow room, which might mean investing in a few fans, but you also want to prevent your fans from pointing directly at your plants. This can result in wind burn, which can damage your plants. Think gentle breeze versus tropical storm. So yeah, if your plants are like blowing, like they're blowing in the wind constantly, Think about how, like, it would feel if someone, like, this is going to be an extreme example, but if someone shot a fire hose at you for, like, a couple hours a day versus someone misting you with one of those barber hair sprayers, one's going to give you a lot better of a sensation and maybe moister skin, but not a problem. But yeah, I've had plants suffer from windburn. Let me tell you, it's not pretty from firsthand experience. It is not pretty at all. And again, I'm glad to see all the likes. I see that number going up. I appreciate you guys. If you're getting value out of this, if you're learning something, hit the like button. If you appreciate the fact that I smoked on stream, hit the like button. If you're having a good time, hit the like button. Just smash that thing up. If you're mad at someone at all ever, smash that like button. I had to clip on oscillating fan break recently. One stopped oscillating and one quit oscillating. Then stopped working altogether. I don't know how I'm breaking them so quickly. Are you using RO water in your humidifier? Or are you using tap water in your humidifier? Because I'm going to be running into this problem too. But if that's what's happening, there's a calcium buildup inside of your grow room because of the ppm of the water you're using to humidify your room. If that's the case, I could be completely wrong. It could be a manufacturing issue. I have no idea. But what kind of water are you using, Nimbus? Distillate, but I was using tap. That's a solid point. I didn't think of that, bro. Yeah, so I'm having that issue right now. I have calcium buildup on some of my equipment. And that's going to be something I'm running into, and I hope stuff just breaks and doesn't light on fire. But I don't have distillate water, and I don't have an RO system, so that's something I'm going to have to invest in, just for the longevity of my equipment and all that good stuff. And also, it's going to be worth the investment, even if I have to buy the water. I feel like, because I'm still going to be growing a lot of weed, which is going to save me money in the long run. I switched here recently because I got a dehumidifier for my flower room and it was making distilled water, so just now. Yeah, I did the same thing. So at my dad's house where I used to grow, we had an RO system, but when the RO system somehow ran out, we would also use the dehumidifier water. So yeah, that's something I could actually invest in too. I could actually set it up in a room or even out in my garage and have it just harvest water from the air to then use for my plants. I think that might actually be the fucking play. So thank you for mentioning that, Nimbus. I really appreciate it. My AC Infinity fans started making clicking noises then when oscillating. I would email AC Infinity with that. They might be able to help you. It probably, again, depends on how long you've had them. They would have a warranty on them, but if that's happening, I personally haven't used AC Infinity fans, so I wouldn't know what the problem is. I replaced mine and they replaced it and let you keep the old one. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so just email them with that. Gave you the Gen 2, so they gave you an upgrade. I'm assuming if the past one was the Gen 1. So there you go, T-Flow. Good stuff. It's good to see companies taking accountability like that too, and actually shilling out the product when they know they did wrong. It's actually really refreshing for capitalist America to see companies treating their customers that well. And I know there's a couple out there that aren't cannabis related, but I feel like the cannabis community really does it right, if that makes sense. Holy shit, we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. It is 4 in the fucking morning. Hey man, I had a good time. I had a good time talking with you guys. Kind of lost track of time there. I'm going to have to see you guys in the next one. I do have to take a shower and whatnot because I'm still a human being and I do have work tomorrow. So I will see you guys next time. I appreciate super chats, appreciate you guys for supporting me and having conversation with us, and also taking dabs with us. I had a good time smoking with you guys. Much love, Nimbus. Love to see you in the chat. Always a pleasure talking to you. T-Flow, also, peace out, man. Definitely going to have to check out some new stuff. I'm going to have to watch this back, obviously, because I'm not going to remember shit in the morning. But again, it was a pleasure, you guys. I will see you next time. This was talking about how to set up a indoor grow setup and a little bit more information about that. And hey, we all learned something, I hope, and got some value out of the stream. One more time for the people in the back, leave a like if you got value out of this stream. And that's pretty much it.